As part of its election observation activities ahead of the December general election, the Peace Ambassadors the Gambia on Thursday convened its monthly stakeholders dialogue at a local hotel in Kololi. Our Sani attended it and she sent us this report.
Peace Ambassadors the Gambia has some years ago been accredited by the IEC as an election observation group in presidential, legislative and local government elections. As part of its partnership with the National Democratic Institute the Gambia, Peace Ambassadors the Gambia is widening its election observation from election day to systematic long-term observation, encompassing major electoral process in the entire election cycle. Following extensive observation of the recently concluded general voter registration exercise, Peace Ambassadors Gambia recently dispatched its regional coordinators alongside program managers to observe the list of voters posted in registration centers. They also visited IEC regional offices. According to PAG President Boubacar Sambu, their observers have discovered that a lot of registered voters did not understand the significance of the display of the lists.
From the observers' findings, indigents of some communities were publicly speaking on the process and publishing their intent to object to some names on the list, who they suspected were non-Gambians. Peace Ambassadors observation findings shows that a lot of registrants did not understand the importance of this process, that is the display of voter rolls. And as a result, most of the display papers were torn apart in many centers such as Odin Cinema, Lesser Wharf Market, and some centers in Farafenni and Basse. In some of these places, as the IEC pasted the voter list, some people just came and torn them off because they do not know the value of those papers. Many registrants also claim they were not aware of the process due to lack of information.
Meanwhile, Park said despite the COVID-19 surge in the country, almost all the political parties are bringing together thousands of their militants in their political activities in the various regions.
The Gambia registered a total number of 9,867 COVID-19 positive cases, of which 9,504 cases recovered and 330 death cases registered. Currently, there are 33 active cases as reported by the Ministry of Health's 15th September update. At most of these gatherings, the COVID-19 guidelines such as hand washing or sanitizers were not being implemented by these parties and their militants. The talking point here, in the midst of the pandemic, what recommendations are to be made to limit the transmission of the virus during the political activities, such as the nominations and campaign period, as well as the election day?
On electoral violence mitigation, Sambu said,
report by ONEP indicated that diverse political rhetoric, verbal and moral violence, misinformation and spread of fake news, physical violence, which includes destruction of property in certain places, were threats likely to undermine the ongoing electoral process if they remain unchecked.
Peace Ambassadors Gambia Program Manager Mamadou Juju Jallo urged Gambians to continue coexisting in peace.
We have almost 2 to 3 months before the election, and it's important as an organization we talk to each other, because once we talk to each other, we can able to understand and tolerate one another, because in what we are hearing currently in this country, people are saying we either make it or break it. So breaking it, I will not be in that wrong side of the history. We can all say let there be violence, but let it not come from me. So we will urge every young person in this country and every Gambian, let us maintain the peaceful coexistence we all have. And let us know Gambia is our country, is our home city, our continent, and let's make it a better place for all.
The program manager of the National Democratic Institute, Yasalin Jai, spoke about their park partnership.
A range of issues that will be discussed, including the display and appeals period following the voter registration process, We also have a lot of political activities that are happening at the moment amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. We have a conversation on the agenda as well. There will be an opportunity to put forward recommendations on mechanisms to mitigate potential electoral violence or conflict, which is always likely in any elections. So we look forward to a very fruitful discussion, timely as well, and applicable recommendations as an outcome of this conversation.
She added that there has been some interesting developments in the electoral process in the country and that PAC is ensuring that the processes are observed and existing gaps and concerns are highlighted and recommendations are put forward to address some of the issues. For Star TV News, this is Awasani.